Today I'm using watercolor to do a black and white value painting. Now, why am I doing that? I'm doing it to help define the basic shapes of the image that I've chosen, but it also helps you find the problems in the composition so that you can correct them when you transfer that to an oil painting or an acrylic painting or even a colored watercolor painting.
I decided to use watercolor for this value painting. I've never used watercolor for a value painting before. I've used acrylics and oils. I'm doing this painting in black and white watercolor because I thought that the watercolor would be quick. Even though it's going to be quick, I'm still going to speed up this video. Of course, the problem with doing this value painting in watercolor is that watercolor gets lighter as it dries. So I'm constantly going back and deepening the shades of the darkest areas. For now, I'm going to let the video play with some music in the background, and towards the end of the video, I'll talk about the composition of this piece and how adding color will change that, but also how doing a value painting will help you pick out different issues that you might have with your composition and how you might want to change the composition of the painting. For your composition, you want to have a vertical and a horizontal line that intersect at the main focal point of your painting. This image does do that. It does create the boat as the main focal point. So immediately you want to look at the boat, which is great. But where does the painting lead your eye through the painting? It draws your eye along the shoreline and follows the water up to the field, but that's where it stops. The reference photo has a bright red boat, which of course draws your eye even further to the boat. You could play up the red by adding it into some of the background, into those trees in the far distance, and that would help draw your eye up. But these are the kind of things that doing a value study points out to you, where you need to play things up and where you need to help fix the composition or enhance the composition. Also, the little trees on the side, the little bushes, that dark shadow there, it could lead the eye off the side. But if you want to draw it up, there are a few things you could do to adjust the image that would help give a clear pathway for your eye to follow right through the canvas. You could add in more long grass in the field, darken some of the trees and bushes in the background, deepen the colors of some of the shadows in the background trees, and even use clouds in the sky to create a pathway so that the eye leads all the way up and off the canvas. So a value painting not only allows you to block out the basic shapes of your paintings, but even with a really beautiful image, it can help you enhance the focus and improve the composition of your painting. You can support my channel by subscribing so YouTube will share my videos with more people. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you ring that bell, you'll be notified every time I post a video. Thank you for watching.